It's the Unity Reunion Parade, Cookout, Line Dance Party, Backyard, Barbecue, Fish Fry, Vegan Soul, Black Business, Food Truck, Networking, Outdoor, Concert, Music Festival, Celebration of the Year, featuring Tidra Moses, Talib Kweli and Jay Walls, Marsha Ambrosius, Common and Pete Rock. Get tickets now at OhioBlackExpo.com. That's OhioBlackExpo.com.
African Diaspora News Channel will be broadcasting live. Join Phil Scott, Vicky Dillard, and Demetra Kay in C-Bus. Get your tickets today.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At CPRfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at CPRfirm.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
I'm usually known as Cinderella around your work. Biggest misconception about you? Nothing. It's all true. It's all true. It's all true. If you hear something, believe it. Like sometimes I'm just in it because like I want things, I want money, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
But in this times where this guy's fine. Yeah. Like I want to have fun. Yeah. One thing about me, one thing about this whole industry is that you shouldn't care. I date mostly like married men, like because I don't have that type of time for you.
Oh yeah.
And you are married, you don't have that type of time for me. His wife, one day I texted him like 11 o'clock, I'm like, she's like, my husband can't control himself, and you as a woman, you can't. I said, Mama, you can't even speak English, like, I can't even understand, like.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
What if I told you there's a news platform made just for us, unfiltered, unapologetic, telling our stories from Africa and the diaspora? The African Diaspora News Channel app keeps you informed and empowered from wherever you are at any time. Don't just watch, join the movement. Download the app now and stay connected to the news that matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream today. Let's go ahead on and make sure we get this one done right. We had a definitely rude interruption yesterday, but we're back. And appreciate everybody for taking time to be with us today. It's what is it? It is the 30th. Oh wow! So we about to go ahead and get started on the 5th month of the year. Where's the time going, ladies and gentlemen? Where is the time going? It is going so fast. It's like my grandma used to say, keep saying good morning, right? And that time is just, you know, she used to say, well, what if I don't say good morning? Will it slow down then? You know, so I'm always trying to think of a way to get around something, right? As a kid, and that's you know, man, I miss my grandma. All my grandmothers have passed away now. You know, all of them are gone. It wasn't. Let me tell y'all something. It was nothing like those women like that. It made our FBA grandmothers, great grandmothers. Nothing like them. Nothing like them. Nothing like them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just bottom line. I don't know what more to say than that. Lisa say she a word. Yeah, Lisa's all good. Sometimes you got to handle business. That's the thing about live streams. The difference, like, so when you make videos or maybe a pre-recorded live stream or something like that, then you don't have those things to worry about because something go on, you can just pause it, go do what you're going to do, come back. But when something's actually live, I mean, you catch it in real time. Now, you know, of course, me, I can just click to something else or whatever the case may be, and I can run it just in a succession. But, you know, what I may do here in the future, just get something that can run literally 5-10 minutes, and it's actually something interesting you'll watch, you know, versus me just circling the commercial. I wasn't expecting to be gone that long, actually. That's what it was. But that's, like I said, that's the past, right? So now we're going to get to what we wanted to talk about last night. But African Diaspora News Channel app, like I said, appreciate everybody who, I'm watching. Even sometime during the stream, I can see some of y'all are joining. So re-upping, trust me, we appreciate, all of us appreciate everyone who has joined our app. Our overall goal is to hit 10,000 members on our app. That's our first goal. 10,000 members on our app that we own, we control, is like having the amount of subscribers we got here. I think it would even be more, actually. Having something on your own, and you don't need as many. So we know the right people will come along and hang out with us. So, you know, you got a monthly, quarterly, annual, or lifetime. Like I said, next year it will go up. So get locked in the price you have we have now. Just finished wrapping up, which is pretty good from what I saw. They did the Slay Queens in Nigeria. So we did in South Africa, now Nigeria. It looked like the Nigerian one gonna be something too, because I was like, wow, okay. So they wrapped that up and you know, got a couple of behind the scenes stuff, you know, about that we just sharing with the team. But you know, appreciate them in Nigeria, but also, you know, oh Lord, my mind is going. Eno, you know, shout out to her, the head Slay Queen in charge, and Neo, you know, they coordinating from South Africa to make, you know, Effie, you know, making all this stuff happen behind the scenes, right? So, hey, you know, some people may be like, well, what is that you're doing, and why is this? I say, listen, I'm going somewhere with y'all. Know I do things out the park different, and sometimes when I'm doing it, people don't understand it. Like, what are you doing? But later they get it, and later they see what it turns into, right? So I'm on to something with that Slay Queen. Believe it or not, I'm on to something. So just to stand by, you'll see. All right. So Ghana trip. Let's talk about that. You know, we just came back from Ethiopia, actually, and one of the brothers had did a. Let me cue something up. One of the brothers did like this. It's a few minutes, not that long. A short interview with Warren Gale, and that was on the trip. Let's play that.
Can you tell us anything about your trip so far?
I would say it's just been a beautiful experience. Just going to the villages. I think it was I can't remember the name of the village. Even the parks, the views, I mean, everything about the trip was amazing. It was very amazing. Honestly, I'm just not ready to go back. I'm just not ready to go back.
And he was just telling me, oh sorry, I cut you off. He was just telling me that, what was your favorite food in Ethiopia right now?
Injera, right?
Yes,
yeah. The steak, even the chicken, the goat, it's just amazing, and the spices are perfect.
So you like spicy food? Oh nice, then you are on this. to ask the right place.
And you know what's funny about it? They were at the restaurant. They kept upping my spice level. I don't know the name of the first spice level they gave me. It was like reddish colors.
So we have either balmebe or distinta. So both are spicy.
Yeah.
So what are these?
And they gave me a green one. Like
Oh,
a chili pepper.
sanafit, maybe sanafit, or what you guys call wasabi.
Yes, but there was a small chili pepper, reddish chocolate. But anyway, it was wonderful.
Is it this one?
Yeah, probably you can show that. Probably the green one could be that one, maybe.
I think
That one, maybe. Yeah, they're many.
So I was just running that a little bit. That's one of the brothers that went on the trip to Ethiopia, and the brother had a good time. You know, I mean, there's a whole lot of things. You know, the brothers was impressed about out there in Ethiopia. But every time somebody, even the people on the trip, say, "Well, what's the next trip?" And I always tell people, I don't know. I never know, because I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how things gonna come together. Who's gonna respond first? Because hey, certain people come to me and say, "Hey, we want to do this." I'm like, okay. I say, well, whoever kind of first come, first serve. And, and that's just how we end up saying, okay, hey, the Ghana trip or whatever. So those of you who want to go, jump on it now. Because some people, what they like to do is wait to the last minute. I don't know why some of you do that. You wait to the last minute to pay. I mean, they'll pay the whole thing, some of them too. They'll pay the whole thing right then and there. Even when we went to South Africa one time, Mark had said that they had people trying to pay the day before. I don't get why. I'm like, just get your deposit in, and then if you want to pay it up, So, because I get that all the time. Oh, Phil, I'm going to go with y'all. Oh, I'm going to do this. You know how many every year I hear people telling me that? So, but for this one, and this is not for the people that don't want to go nowhere or whatever. I don't even want to hear from you, actually, because this is not the people I'm talking to. If you don't want to go nowhere, man, hang out and God bless you. Keep the fight up while we go, see something for about a couple of days. We be back, we be back with you, right? Nobody's moving anywhere. If they want to, they can, but we just go and see something, we're going to definitely see some history. Because I want to see, where a lot of our ancestors were shipped out from. I want to see that. I mean, it's one thing seeing it on the internet, but I want to go see it myself. Everybody, the people that have went, that told me that, bro, you're going to feel it when you go in there. I want to see. I'm sorry. I want to see that. And it's just part of what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if our ancestors didn't go through that, then we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have built what we built here. We wouldn't be who we are if it wouldn't been for what they went through. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's history. It's definitely history. And maybe some of the ancestors that didn't make it say, hey, let me see, maybe touch the ground they was on before they left to come over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just really what it is for me with this particular trip. And I waited a while too. Y'all know I waited. I'll go to Ghana. I'm like, hold on. And the reason why I didn't go when everybody else was going, because it wasn't about that for them. And there's nothing wrong with the year return. Nothing wrong with it. Tourism, enjoying yourself, Daddy December, enjoy yourself. But y'all know me, I'd rather go when the crowd not there. That way I can kind of see what the landscape is. So don't tell me later when's the next trip. The trip is November. Come with us. It's 25 spots, at least I know for now, until I get an update next week. And once they're gone, they're gone. All right. If you do remember I'll put the link at the end. I ain't got time for that. I'll put the link at the end because I need to get started with this. I know y'all ready. So all right. So let's go ahead and get started with this review we tried to do yesterday. What did it say? I'm on oxygen and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let me talk about that too. Because something kind of came up at Lalibela. Okay, so that ancient church, Lalibela, like 1,000-year-old church that we went to, and I took some pictures while I was there. Even I got a blessing from one of the priests. Hey, I need all the blessings I can get. Priest, I'll take it. Because of the terrain, at least there. Now, I don't think the Ghana gonna be like that because of the terrain. On some of these trips, you gotta kind of consider, Because some trips in the end may change. You know, some of the trips will change. I ain't gonna lie with you. Some of them will change because we may do a trip to say, hey, this is more so about fun. Hey, this is about ATVs. This is about zip lining. This is about all kind of fun stuff to do, right? It's about nightlife. The trip's going to change eventually because I want to make sure to get a blend of everybody because the way the trips are going is, you know, one crowd coming, but I kind of want everybody included. So I'm going to have a talk with the different companies about, hey, what kind of tour we can do. We can have one, or at least can we blend the two, if anything, where you can say, hey, we're going zip line today. Hey, you doing the hot springs. Hey, doing some horseback riding. Hey, going to do this, that, and the third. You know you can do it on your own, but still sometime with a group, like when me and my wife went to Costa Rica, we did all that stuff, and that was fun, right? And some people want to do that. So if y'all interested in that kind of fun stuff, let me know, and we'll try to definitely start getting that incorporated in some things. And that way we get some new people that would want to do a little bit more adventurous things, right? All right. Yes, Gary, anytime you get out of with these people, let me say, America itself, we're talking about the country America, the United States. We built a good country, okay? We built a beautiful country. But unfortunately, what ruins this country is the folks. I'll be honest with you. They the one ruin it. They trust me. If you and they get mad when we lay it in their lap and say, oh yeah, we know who caused these problems. Yeah, everything is the white man's fault. If you send her back to every problem just about everybody got, yeah, it goes back to you, sir. It really do. Once you really look deep into it, well, how is we the cause of black on black crime? Oh, I can tell you how you the cause of that. Starving out all the resources, preventing people from getting jobs, having people in poverty by design. You know what I'm saying? Like you did all that. And that's not natural. Our condition is not natural. So when we know by research that our condition is not natural and we know who did it, it was y'all, with the bankers, the police, the politicians, the courts, all y'all did this stuff. So yeah, anybody who's smart know to blame you. You cause it, and then people in poverty commit crime. They say, see how much criminal they are? They wouldn't be criminal if you didn't do what you did. Now, you know, that's a whole different stream, so let me stop. All right, so let's get to this Sinners movie. Okay, so as I said before, I went seen the movie Sunday. Me and my wife went seen it. Movie was packed. Went seen it at XD at Cinemark. You know, I had basically it was buy one get one free with the movie tickets. That was beautiful because you know, all the points we had built up. So the movie was great. I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel like it was a 2-hour movie. That's how good it was. Because, you know, if a movie's boring, like, man, what's the movie going to be over? But it was good from start to finish. The acting was great. The music was awesome. What we want to talk about today is the hidden messages, at least the things that stuck out to me. There's so many things that stuck out. There's a few things that I want to kind of cook on, and I don't think some people are talking about with this particular movie. And I was like, wow, man, weaves this into the movie. That's so interesting. Warner Brothers with let these messages kind of get through. So as I said, all the things, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the movie, please stop the stream, just put your watch later. Go watch the movie, come back, and then you maybe can relate to this. I don't want to ruin the movie for you, okay? So giving you an opportunity to leave. All right. So I did a I like the cast, was pretty good. The cast was good. It was a diverse cast with the people that was in the movie. It made sense why they were there. You know, whether Native Americans. They did like they had real Native Americans, not the Elizabeth Warren, or the white folks Native Americans. We're talking about the real ones. You know, and you really want to know how them folks feel about, oh boy, sit down with a real Native American, not the Elizabeth Warren, but a real one. Boy, you think they next to Malcolm X or something. They can't, boy, they don't feel them folks like that at all. Okay, they really don't. They mad about the reservation situation, they're mad about the land, and I understand it because, you know, they welcome you in, and what they end up doing? They trade them. Like in the continent of Africa, they welcome say, hey, okay, some new people coming. Okay, cool, come on in. Same thing in Latin America. Oh, okay, cool. You know, hey, we welcoming. Because if you think about that, when you travel to other countries, that's why it's important to travel. Most people are welcoming to you, right? Every place I've ever been, that's why I don't even listen to people online. Like some of that stuff, y'all judge people off of what they say off of TikTok or what they say off of YouTube or X. Hit the pavement, man. Hit the pavement in your city. Hit the pavement in your state. Hit the pavement, hit the airlines in different countries. The same people that you say that is talking crap about FBAs, go to an actual country and see. The moment you get to a lot of these countries, you know, they're like, oh man, it's great to hear, whatever. I told y'all, if I had a bad time, if I knew people just didn't like us like that, I'd be the first one to say, hey, don't y'all go over there, man. Them people are hard. I'll come and tell you that. It wouldn't be no, hey, we're doing a trip to this country. We're doing a trip to, it wouldn't be none of that mess. Nothing at all. Because I don't want to be, I wouldn't tell y'all to go around people that don't like you. Because I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, when people are genuinely welcoming to you, they're not expecting you to plot on them like, oh, when they turn their back and they go to sleep, oh, I'm about to take their life and take everything they got. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the folks been just in reality. And then how, now we go back to this movie, right? And you know, the Native Americans were chasing the main white Irish vampire, right? And they knew what he was. He was scared. He felt Native Americans about to get his behind, but then he goes to the white folks' house with dudes in the Klan. And on some, you know, white solidarity, it says, hey, instead of being like, man, who the hell is this? You know, he let the vampire in the house, and Native Americans try to tell him, hey, we chasing this dude, where he at? You know what I'm saying? You know, and they covered for him, right? And Native Americans knew he was there. Like, all right, you don't know what you let in your house? All right. You know, and Native Americans, you know, they took off and did their thing. And I'll get to the vampire a little bit later, because even the vampire itself, and the way the vampire was, and a lot of folks didn't like really the messaging either. They caught it. The folks caught it. That's why in some instances the folks were walking out the movie, because they'll say, oh, it's just Christianity and it's just not Christian and all. Bruh, you knew what the movie was when you went in there. Stop all that lying about Christianity. If you were so much of a super Christian, you wouldn't be in no rated R movie. If you're a super Christian, you only be going to PG movies, G movies, stuff like that. Has no cursing, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So don't stop. Don't try to get super religious all of a sudden. No, you was offended because you was catching them strays through that hidden messaging in the movie centers. Trust me, they didn't like that they was put in that position, the vampire. But you say, okay, well, they've had vampire movies before. Not with the messaging that was coming across about them. Not like that. See, they can deal with Twilight. They cool with that. But Sinners, because they was understanding what the messaging was to them in particular, right? So, as you know, the Michael B. Jordan played two roles, which was the brother did very well. The cast, like I say, was good. Something that just got on my nerves, I think a comment. Sometime every blue moon I see a comment. I didn't know the sister that played the herbalist, root worker. I didn't know she was African. I didn't know. And somebody was like, oh, she African. Why she was in the movie? What's wrong with her being in the movie? She didn't disrespect our culture. She did the accent right. Everything with her was right. It wasn't nothing that I would say, man, this is thrown off, what she's doing. She's being disrespectful to our culture. I don't really take an issue with that. Like, look, I love my culture. I love my people. I'm grounded here. I'm rooted here. You know, my family rooted definitely Louisiana, you know, outside of Texas. And my family comes from sugarcane plantations in Louisiana. And from my research, but I don't have a problem with nobody. As long as they're not disrespecting us, that's when you take issue. If they disrespecting us, check them. Okay, we check them. If they like, oh, okay, I see what y'all talking about, man. I apologize. I'm like, okay, man, we good. We just want to make sure that we just, just have some respect for each other. That's it. Ain't no hatred. So if you're that type of person, they're like, oh, they're African, I hate them, bro. Go over there with that, because who are you benefiting by doing that? I'll straighten somebody. Shoot, is FBA wrong? I'll straighten them too. But even if I straighten them, they say, oh, okay, I see, I get it. Okay, bro, well, shoot. We family. FBAs, we family. Hey, that's distant cousins over there. We cool. That's how I look at it, right? But so I think her name was Annie, right? Character in the movie. And it was so many things that she said in the movie too. Well, let me get to the one thing I wanted to kind of point out, where the vampires, when they came to the juke joint and they were trying to get in at first. Y'all remember that when they showed up? Let me see if I can put this on the screen here. At least I got one little picture. When they showed up to the juke joint, and when they came to the juke joint, right, they didn't come trying to barge their way in. They didn't come like trying to do something like, oh my God, they're horrible vampires. They about to get us. They approached them playing music. They approached them very nice. If you remember the movie, they approached them very, very nice. Hold on, what you say? Look up the Quindaro community of FBA and Native Americans who fought vampire witch migrants from Scotland based on the stolen the pre-Civil War of Kansas. The FBAs went on to become Buffalo Soldiers. That's a real story. Okay, hopefully Ryan Coogler. You said what? I have lots of static? Okay, give me a second. Okay, now I know I fixed that. If that's what it was, and if it was that, I don't know. So anyway, they came to them nice. They came to them so nice. They were playing music. They were singing. They're like, hey, you in the wrong, because you gotta remember that's the Jim Crow era, right? They was in the Jim Crow era, so it was like, hey, aren't you in the wrong spot, bro? Like, what you doing out here? Like, we can't be hanging out with y'all. They said, oh no, we just heard the music and see, and they sung a song for him and everything. Say, we just want to come in and play some music, and then a couple of them was like, well, they seem nice and they just want to play music. Say, look, I got money, and that's how they always approach us. Always. Let me tell you something. Nobody is more nice. And the folks are catching strays for some of this. They know what they were saying. The folks know that they were clocking them in this movie, even though it's fictional, but clocking them because they try to come to you so nice. Nobody's more nice than the folks. They are so nice to you. They will smile. They won't talk aggressive to you. You won't even see nothing coming from them. You're like, oh, they're so nice people. Like, I don't even know why people talk about racism. I met this great, couple today, and they were just so nice to me. My Lord, I don't even meet black people that nice to me. But the whole time, they want to get in where you at because they got some other plans for you. And that's how they come through the door. Nice. Okay? The vampire wanted to come in and take all the lives of the people in that juke joint. But he could not get in unless they said, invite them in. Come on in. Now, let's talk about that. Let's go to this proverbial cookout that y'all talk about. Them playing the music outside and singing is no different than if one of them do a little dance, cut a little jig for y'all. They put on some Jordans. They go, the little females go get some braids. They go get a BBL. They go get whatever they get. And like, oh man, she cool. Man, yeah, she need to come to the cookout. Oh, one white guy say something about, yeah, my people racist. Man, y'all got to watch out for them. Oh my God, did y'all, Phil, you heard that? What that guy said? Like, what'd he say? Man, let me send you the link, Phil. And then I go see here the link. I'm like, okay, why am I supposed to be impressed by that? If he wants to impress me, go crash out on his own people. If he want to impress me, go in the courtroom and get and free a brother or hang a jury. If he want to go impress me, he want to impress me. Go get on his people about our reparations. If he wants to impress me, then I would say, okay, that white guy right there, yeah, he with it, because he's not talking, he's acting. Okay, so just because one of them talk about the obvious that their community is doing, anybody in the world can see that. Oh man, let them on in. And the whole time you letting them in, they got some other plans for you. But that's how they got in. Dancing, singing, being nice. And y'all got to stop falling for that. Like in the movie, they just say, nah, you don't supposed to belong in here, getting the Klan. Nah, y'all chill out there. And so they sent them on their way. You know, they didn't go away like they normally don't. They don't go away, but they're going to stand right there, listening, watching, and trying to plot their way in. Isn't that like reality? Isn't that like reality? Right? So you know the woman that was in the movie, she was y'all know the term octoroon, right? When you're 1/8 black. So that woman, right? You know that she could pass. She went out there with them and trying to talk with, so talk to them and just see, or whatever. Instead of saying, nah, we don't fool with them people. We don't do that because it's gonna be a problem. Instead of staying on Jim Crow rules, remember that's the Mississippi Delta. Mississippi at that time period was horrible. You didn't play around with them folks like that, or it's gonna be a problem, right? There's so many things in that movie that's popping in my head. So she went out there with them. They was nice with her, or whatever, and you already know the story about how they turned her into the vampire, but they let her in, right? They let her in. Now, instead of saying, nah, I'm not gonna go out there with them, because really, if at that time period, if a white person was hanging out with that many black people, it's going to be a problem with them too. Because they could have called you a end lover and then put you on a tree. You know what I mean? White people was put on trees too in this country. They hanging out with black people or defending a black person. But then if you fast forward to that part when all the other vampires was out there and listen, so I don't know if y'all caught the part where the main vampire was like, we just want to be a community. We want to love and be with each other. And we don't, we don't want to be like some of these other people, and we can help you. And I'm listening to them saying that. Y'all, who that sound like? Who talk like that? Who talk like that? About love and being a community and want to be helpful, and who talks like that, class? What group of people are their ideology in their community? Who talk like that? And I'll wait till y'all tell me, because I like people to participate. Even when we conduct our meetings, I call people name out. I let them know y'all participating. If I got to be here, y'all going to participate too. All right. There we go. Gary said it. Michael said it. The Democrats, or better yet, the liberals. Yes. So they had white liberal ideology, right? To try to entice them to come out there too. White liberal. So you had the tactics they used to try to manipulate, because it's manipulation tactic to get into the proverbial cookout or to get in our circle. It's manipulation. It's deception and manipulation. So the dancing, the singing, the trying to cosplay you, whether cosplaying you as a black man, cosplaying you as a black woman, because they got multiple ways to try to deceive you. First, they'll cosplay you because a lot of you get so impressed by the cosplaying and try to mimic you. Some of them will try to come at you as a quote unquote ally, and they'll try to seems like they calling out racism and, oh, that's racist. And, oh, look, that's not right. And I'm marching for George Floyd and all of that. But the whole time, they don't have good intention towards you either. Okay? So it's different because remember, when the vampire and them finally came back to the door and he said something else that really caught my attention. He said that, listen, I just want to get in and you can come join us. And like, because I want to have your thoughts. I want to have your song. I want to have, everything that you have. And I can help you too, but I want everything you have. And I say, whoa, listen to that. Now, isn't that reality though about us in America or throughout the world with the folks? They want everything we have. Everything. Why do you think they monitor us more than anybody else? Why do you need to monitor a group of people that's supposedly inferior? Right? Supposedly. Why you need to monitor? Why do you need to have us right at the hip next to you everywhere you go? We can't do nothing on our own and they're not following. They want to know what we think. They want to know how we speak. They want to know how we dressing. They want to know how we wear our hair. They want to know what music we like, what sports we like. They want to know where we having fun at. They want to know what restaurants we frequent. They want to know what websites we're using. They want to know what TV programs we're watching. They want to know how much we drink or don't drink. They want to know if you smoke or not. When I say smoke, you know what I'm talking about. They want to know if you're vaping or not. They want to know what kind of cars we like, what kind of cars we don't like. They want to know what kind of women the men like and what kind of men the women like. They want to know about black people that's LGBT. They want to know about black people who's extremely religious. They want to know every aspect of who we are. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said something on a video, and I said, ooh, that was powerful. When she talked about the women of their community, she said that they're the only woman that cannot produce color. Yeah, you said the vampires is moved like Neely Fuller. It said Junior. It said step 1 is deception. Step 2 is violence. Yep. Spot on. But Dr. Welsing has said that their women is the only group of women who cannot produce color, right? All other women throughout the world can produce a variation of color, a variation of melanin, she was saying. And she was saying that the only way their women can produce color, unless definitely if they get with a black man. Now let's go back to Shannon Sharp. What did that girl say? Put a black baby in me. I want your black baby batter. You understand? Now you can say, oh, well, she just want a bag. Yeah, she want that too. But a lot of them will say, oh, I would love to have a little, and they say a mixed baby with this nice color and good hair, and they say that. I know y'all heard them say that, the women. They want to have, and they make sure to say it's a mixed baby. They don't say it's a black one. They say it's a mixed one. Kyle Pogrant saying the 1600 King James passed the Maleficarum banning witchcraft in Europe. Now the founders claim to want religious freedom, but if they were already Christian, what religion was being suppressed in the UK? Look, UK, Britain, that's the OG. That is the OG of white supremacy. So at this point, we look at their actions. I mean, I get what you're saying on history. We get it. But a lot of Dr. Welsing was saying the psychology of that is that that's the only way they can produce color is having a child with a black man. You understand what I'm saying? And then in their community, the men that fool the women, fool black women, in their community, you're slumming it up, right? Black women have been looked at historically as Jezebels to their community. Oh yeah, you go do whatever you want with them, and we'll back you up. It don't matter, even if you're wrong. You remember at one point in time in history in this country, they can just go violate a black woman and nothing happened to them, because in their mind, what they say about black women is, oh, well, shoot, they 304s anyway, so shoot. I mean, I can go violate them. That's what they do anyway, right? Not saying that's true by any means, but that's how they justified the evil that they did to black women. And black men's bodies was never protected either. We know about buck breaking. We know children wasn't protected away from them either. You know what I'm saying? If you look at who's arrested the most for fooling with children, it's going to be them. Are we talking about reality? Any kind of crimes related to that, they lead the crimes on that. Notice they never talk about that. They always try to talk about, you black people murder. You never talk about them other crimes. You never talk about that, do you? Yeah, Edward, and that's why I'm saying, listen, man, listen. Let me, and I keep bringing this up because we gotta be smarter than this, especially as black men. We gotta protect our seed, black men, and we have a choice in who we put our seed in. We have a choice. Nobody can force us to do anything that we don't want to do. Okay, we're not on the slavery plantation no more, and. Yeah, I know she's morphed herself into a form that you never seen before. I know she didn't went paid to get lips like a black woman. I know she went paid to get hips and behind and all this other stuff to mimic black women. I know she goes to the gym and her whole look, is literally copying a black woman. Look, a black woman can't have nothing to themselves. Nothing. I learned that myself with them. A black woman can't have nothing to herself without they the first one in line to copy it. They don't like black women as a collective. They don't. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying as a collective, they really don't. Because they down for their man. But yet they want to do everything the black woman do. They want to have the black woman's man. They want to have everything, right? So, of course, when they come to you brothers, they're going to try to come to you either on they know you got some fetish, because some of you do. Some of you have a plantation fetish. You do. Some of you do. Some of you even like those white women to even call you the N-word with a hard R when you're doing things with them. You're not going to come out publicly saying that, but I know you. I know you very well. Some of you have a sick mentality. Some of you. But then you have the Beckishas, like I said, that morph themselves into that. But remember, they're no different than the vampires. The Beckishas, the ones you're doing all the racial stuff with, okay? You thinking that you dominating this white woman, but she'll show you in 2 seconds who dominating who in society. Yeah, you think you're dominating for a few minutes, but she'll dominate your whole life and ruin it. So brothers gotta really think a little bit. Now I'm seeing more and more brothers coming out now and saying, hey man, that ain't it. I'm seeing a lot of brothers saying that now because they looking at, Shannon Sharp, if you mention him, he lost his deal. He was about to get his podcast was about to get $100 million deal. And from what I heard, that deal not on the table no more. Why? Because let's keep it 100. If, let's say she was 19 years old, I don't support that. But if he had a 19-year-old black girl and she said something, if you'd offered her probably $2 million, $3 million, some of them be like, look, I ain't about to mess this up. So look, buy me a condo, buy me a high rise, give me the Amex, let me have at least a $10,000 limit every month or something on the Amex Platinum. Give me a G-Wagon, pay my bills, and I'm cool. I ain't saying nothing. I'm chill. With this our situation, I ain't mentioning you online. I'll just show the trips we on, but I'll never show you. That's how what the sister probably do 9 times out of 10. Just take care of her. She's straight. But nope. Y'all like I say, you playing in the snow, and when that blizzard come, now you're looking for help, and that's what happened to Shannon. Shannon got caught in the blizzard. playing in the snow. Boy, think about it. He may be on nightcap and all that, acting like everything is cool, bruh. You let that woman in, right? You let her in. And she didn't do nothing to earn a thing. That's the part y'all need to understand. But you gotta let them in, fellas. Like the movie, you have to let them in. They can't do nothing that you don't prevent them from doing. Right? He let that woman in. I'm not advocating to be with 19-year-olds at 56. I'm not advocating that, but I just talk reality. If it was a 19-year-old black young woman at 19, he wouldn't be having. He'd have his $100 million deal, and she'd be wanting like, yeah, shoot, get that $100 million, yeah, shoot, make sure break me up, take me. When you what you going? Where we going to Bali? When we going to Dubai? When we going to wherever, right? I'm just keeping it 100. Okay, Edward. I know you just mentioning it. Yes, I know about Bill Belichick, 73 years old with a 24-year-old. But the issue with Bill Belichick, white men been doing that. That's first and foremost. And black men been doing it too. But it changes things because Bill Belichick won't have an issue in his community at all. Like, white men are free to do whatever they want to do. White men can date whatever race of women they want to date. Nobody says a word. White men can date whatever age they want to date, outside of what's illegal, right? And they still do things illegal, Jeffrey Epstein. But nobody gonna say nothing. And also, the woman he has is white. And even if she was black, nobody gonna say nothing. Let's call it what it is. On the other hand, with Shannon Sharpe and the racial dynamics and racial politics that go along with that relationship, right? He let that woman in like the vampire. She had ulterior motives when she got in, right? In his juke joint, right? And then she set her trap for him. That woman was meant to destroy him, but he let her in. So when you say, hey, I don't feel sorry for Shannon, it's because he chose to let her in. The signs were already there. The signs were there. This woman was trying to lace him up for a Mann Act charge when she said that she wanted some money to send her $10,000, and the interesting part is $10,000. That's very specific. Why does she want him to send $10,000? Oh, so it can be reported to the feds. Any money you move 10,000 and above is reported to the feds. Even though it's legal, you can do something legal. It's still reported to the feds. And she on text messaging saying, hey, send me $10,000, and when you come here, we're gonna do our thing. And he travels over across state lines, they can get him on the Mann Act. Then when Shannon told her, it's being reported, I don't send no money digitally like that. I'll give it to you when I see you. Can you just take a picture of the money and send it to me? What woman says that? There ain't no woman. What you gonna do with a picture? Lacing him up, trying to get him. Because, one of them charges Diddy got, and R. Kelly, he's in jail behind that same kind of, talking about traveling over across state, the Jack Johnson law. That's basically what it is. That woman, when Shannon moved to Nevada, that woman followed him. He let her in. And because he let that woman in, and he been fooling with a lot of them, so she wasn't the only one, but she was the one that say, no, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. And these little women collude with these shady lawyers, and they go after you, bro. No different than that movie. You let them in. And say, well, why people say something to the brother? Listen, every time I look up, something happening to the sisters too. If they marry one of them, the sister's paying child support or breaking them off a lot of money. If a sister married to one of y'all, the court don't make them do that at all. But with them, they can't. Man, look, Halle Berry had to pay child support. Show me black men that get their kids like that. Unless that woman was just extremely abusive and like just horrible. The brother ain't gonna get the kid, but every time she's not having her kid and she paying child support to these men. Or if they putting hands on black women, nothing happens to them. Slap on the wrist. We got to stop letting them in, folks. It don't matter how nice they are. No matter how much they smile. No matter how much they talk about love and allyship and all of that. What is your actions? Show me your actions of love. Show me your actions of allyship. I want to see your track record. I want to see your paperwork. And your paperwork better be physical. It can't be nothing digital. It can't be nothing with words. It has to be action. What's that old statement? Actions speak louder than words. You could tell me all day, Phil, I love you. But is your action saying that? Or is just your words saying that? Like they say, love is an action word. Being an ally, that's actions. You understand? Now, in that movie also, where the vampire was saying about, hey, yeah, the Klan, you know, they gonna actually come back and kill you. Because, you know, he had got one of the people that, you know, because once he bit him and all of that, he knew all their thoughts and everything. And, you know, in the beginning, when he had said, man, you a Klan, in the beginning, about when he was going to buy the juke joint, like, oh, the Klan don't exist anymore. But yet he was literally talking to the Grand Wizard of the Klan. You know what I'm saying? Now, that part too, that was another great part. Because you think they going to walk around here with their robes? They don't do that no more. Oh, they in the Klan, don't get me wrong. They in the Klan. They still got their Grand Wizard, Grand Dragon of the Klan. They still around. But they're not going to show you that. But they could be plotting on you. Why every time something mysteriously happened, some unaliving to a like, listen, and this is something I'll never forget. Donye Jones, St. Louis. When I went up there a few years ago and interviewed their mother, his mother, Melissa McKinnis, he's a young brother they found in the backyard, you know, on a tree, and they had a bunch of Navy knots tied. He was, I'm trying to say it in a way where I don't get in trouble, but they tied a bunch of Navy knots on some bed sheets to have him up there like that. Then they're going to say, oh, he did that himself. No, he did not. No, he did not. And when I went back there when they took me back there to the tree that he was at, it was, oh my God. That was the most eerie feeling. I've never felt an eerie feeling like that in my life. I'm like, bruh, I say, his spirit is angry. His spirit is angry. I think I feel it. It's so eerie. Oh man. I never forget that. I'll never forget that. Because when me and Brother Sharif, you know, went up there for that interview that time, and because you know a lot of our ancestors died like that. Some of our family members died like that, and that's why the scriptures teach that innocent blood cries out to God for vengeance, and this is why also these people, world is falling apart. They're so nervous right now. They're so nervous. They're crying. They don't know what to do. They say, oh, Trump did this, and oh my God, Trump. And they're talking about right now, we about to have empty shelves because there's nothing coming into the ports and all of this. Oh, what are we going to do with empty shelves? Black people have been having empty shelves forever. Suck it up, Buttercup. What if we run out of toilet paper? Well, if they don't have no toilet paper, you know, when I was growing up, well, you used to have a big stack of towels, and you only used it one time, of course. And you know, you get that hot towel and soap and water, and you just go take you a bath somewhere. But you get a gang of towels though, and you wash them. You don't use it a second time, but you wash that. You wash your stuff, right? There was times we didn't have washing liquid. We had to use Dawn dishwashing soap for the washing machine. See, if the shelves are empty, look, we can go back to sugar water, syrup sandwiches. We fine. Black people know, look, we are fine. But you folks, if it happens, you the one gonna fall apart. We gonna be good. I promise you. Oh, it's gonna be a recession. And we'll be just fine in a recession. We'll be just fine. See, when you don't get things through merit and you put a group of people through the most horrible things they don't deserve, and those group of people learn how to not only adapt but thrive in it, when the day come of your famine, you see, God's children already know how to move. Well, we'll be having a buffet and you be in a famine. That's why you want to know how we tick. That's why you want our thoughts, our know-how, like the vampire. That's why you want it. Because you don't know how to survive. And I'll tell y'all this. They come up to you crying about, how are y'all making it? I'm like, oh, you want me to tell you how I'm making it? You want to tell us? Well, you know what? I need $1,000. Huh? What do you need $1,000 for? My time. I'll teach you how to make it. I will teach you, but I need $1,000. I'm telling y'all, if they ask y'all how to survive in the midst of some chaos, you tax them. Look, we got to get our reparations by any means necessary. Either we get it individually from them, or we get it through the government, preferably through the government. But hey, individually, you owe some reparations. Y'all don't owe nothing. Yeah, you do. The life you've been living has been off of the pain, suffering, and torment of my people. So if you need any kind of information to survive because of what y'all system put us through, no. You gonna pay me for any information. That's right. No more free work. We don't work for free. We don't counsel you for free. Nothing. I want black people to get into that. Nothing's free with them. Nothing's free. You charge them. You charge them. Yeah, I can do that for you, but it's gonna be a fee. Well, you gotta make it about money because I need mines. I need my reparations. So that's come on, like what we gonna do? I need mine. I can't believe LaShondra told me she needs money because she got to get her reparations out of me. I'm like, well, either pay the reparations fee, or you just be good on your own. That's all. I mean, you don't have to do it. But black folks need to start taxing their reparations fees. No more free advice. No more free nothing. Stop giving them information how to bathe, which I do. I got 2 videos about that. But coming up tonight, the podcast gonna be bathing hour. But don't teach them nothing. Tax them. There you go. It would say consultation fees. That's right. And also, like say a goddess says they should be able to figure it out. You say with that lie IQ. Yeah. Yeah, they said that they got these IQ numbers are so high with it, figure it out how to deal with it. But the movie, Lord, I can go days talking about that movie because it was so much in that movie that's like, man, look at this. Like some of them, that's why they got upset though. They understood what Ryan Coogler was saying to them as a group. They understood. And they made sure the vampire was white, Irish. The Irish accent, the Irish dance. They made sure he was white. It was nothing confusing about that. And that was cool. I think that was cool. Like I said, the cast is diverse. It had everybody in it. I heard that there's some Hispanic people that was upset saying that, oh, well, they didn't have a Hispanic character in there. Well, some of you say you're Native Americans. That's what you say. So they technically had you in the movie, right? That's what you say. You say, we're the Native Americans. Okay, cool. That you was in the movie in the beginning. So there you go. Your representation was right there. And then they had, like, next to the Chinese shop, they had, like, a tamale shop. So, I mean, he did show a restaurant. So, hey, you say you Native Americans. Okay, cool. I accept that. So you was represented in the beginning. I think Sister Demetra did a video about that actually on Emancipation Media on that channel. Go to our Emancipation Media channel because Demetra even covered that, extensively. Make sure you subscribe to the Emancipation Media channel because on our channel we have several channels that you can subscribe to. So make sure that you go subscribe to all of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But I appreciate y'all coming on through. And make sure, like I said, jump on. I'll put the pinned comment after the stream. As soon as it's over, I'm going to do that. Where you could sign up for the Ghana trip. Make sure it's a $199 deposit to sign up, and then you can just make your payments and go on from there. But go ahead on and jump on it ASAP. It was only 25 spots, and that way we can go ahead on and see y'all in November. And we had a meet and greet dinner and everything like we normally do, and all of that. So. Some members of the team is going to show up. You don't know what members, so that'll be that. But thank y'all.